Hi. Hey everyone, all good. All good. And today's video is backwards because I want to start by talking a bit to you and already sharing my opinion about this sandwich tile. And right after that, I'll show the step-by-step done here by the expert William Rodriguez himself, who had no idea what he was doing, but had a lot of goodwill. Well, here's the deal. We chose to put this here in our leisure area, right? This 3-centimeter sandwich tile, you can't see the size or thickness, but you will see it as the video progresses. And it is a tile in the panel lining style. You can see that it already has a white finish here, so there is no need. You don't even have to worry about lining or finishing afterwards. I wanted to bring up some concerns and share my opinion with you. First thing, we were afraid that this tile would be noisy. And I'm already telling you that we faced some storms here and it's a very good roof. And in terms of acoustics, I found it to be quite silent. I don't know if it's because I was already expecting something else, right? But it really put my mind at ease. I don't think so. It's noisy, it stays right above my room. This wall here is my room and that's the bathroom, right? And my room. And it doesn't interfere at all. The second point is regarding the thermal aspect. Look, our little area turned red. You see, so we spend a good part of our time here, especially because it has become a very pleasant place. Because in terms of thermal insulation, it has very good thermal insulation, so it's always nice and cool here. So it has become our favorite area of the house. And the third point is regarding the slope. If you look here, our roof is almost flat. If we were to use another type of tile, we would have to raise this part here, and it would be a lot more work. This tile only needs a slope of 3% to 8%. Slope, and we did it, according to that recommendation. We didn't have any issues with water backing up. There were no water leaks. So, just compliments, folks. The fourth point is that it's a very lightweight tile. So, especially for you who are thinking about taking on the challenge of building a roof by yourself, which was our case, William was able to move it by himself several times. So it made his job a lot easier. If I had a comment to make, and being quite critical, okay, I would talk about this part here. Look, it came with a few little scratches, I believe, from the transport, you see? And it even came with a few flaws in the paint from the factory itself. We felt that the paint on it is quite fragile. But even with that point, I wouldn't hesitate to buy this tile. Without a doubt, it was a great choice, only compliments. But now enough talking, because we're going to the step-by-step. So, let's go!
The first step was to cut the bars of the structure and make the 45-degree cuts. This metal beam, it's 80 by 40 on a 1.5 sheet. I also took the opportunity to weld some brackets that will be used for fixing them in place. That angle you see there is the slope of the roof, which is approximately 5%. Then I painted the bars because back there, besides being small, it has new flooring and I don't want to stain that floor. I know that after I weld, install, and work with these metals, I'm going to have to touch up the paint a bit. So I got all this material ready, cut to size with support and the holes in the right position. Everything I could get done up front, I did. This is the panel ceiling tile, 30 mm. Well, the next step was to take the bars back there. Since I was alone, I used the longer bar to support the shorter ones in position so I could weld. This was the best way I found to position the bars and weld it at an angle just right. So after checking that everything was square, I welded with great care to make sure the sparks didn't fall on the floor. I put cardboard there. I used a 2mm 6013 electrode. And speaking of that, we have a review of our welding machine here on the channel. If you want to see it, the link is up here. And this is how it looked after I welded the sidebars. Now, the next step is to cut the bar that was there, supporting the structure, so I can weld it here in the middle. Because the manufacturer says that the span should be a maximum of 120. Then I touched up some areas using spray paint, especially where I welded to prevent rust. At this point, I called my older brother to help me put the tiles in place. The tiles are really lightweight, very lightweight actually, but I was worried about them getting scratched, so it's better to handle them in pairs. Here's something interesting. It has a film on it, and in some spots that film is already a bit marked. If there's anyone out there who's an expert in this type of tiles and could help me, I don't know if I can remove this film. Since it came marked in some places, torn, at night when I turn on the light, it really shows that there's a detail on the tile. So probably this film needs to be removed after it's installed. If anyone knows, please leave it in the comments. The tile has a perfect fit, so you just need to place it in position and push one against the other for it to fit. It's really lightweight, very easy to work with. I screwed it in with a long self-tapping screw. It grabs both the tile and the metal sheet. And before anyone says anything, I screwed it in at the bottom part of the tile because I couldn't find a screw here in my area. A screw that would grab the top part of the tile. And this is how the top part turned out. It seems like the gutter is small, but it's not. The gutter is a little higher than the tile, so from below you can't see the edge of the tile. I placed this waterproof membrane on the side and also here on the chimney of the barbecue to prevent water from dripping there. It has rained a lot here since I did it, and I haven't had any problems with that. On the side here of the tile of the roof, I've already placed it on top of the wall. And the other side has the waterproof membrane. I just need the back part so I can install the gutter. Here, at the back part, there's still no gutter. So, you can see how I secured it. Put corner bracket place and the anchor 10, screw anchor 10. I did it, on both sides and at the back, in 3 spots. But tell me, what did you think of this roof? Did you like the idea, the way I did it? Would you do this at your house? And if you want to see how I made this barbecue like the box style, I posted it in the shorts. Some of the step-by-step videos turned out really cool. Take a look over there, give us a hand. I'm going to leave the list of materials I used here. Just to remind you that my roof here is 2.5 meters wide with a length of 4 meters and a span of 70 meters. Free, because the lot is 5 meters wide. I left a little gap between my house and the roof. The back. Here my backyard area is 3 by 5. If you have an area similar to this, you can take these materials into account because it will be pretty close to this. Just a reminder that prices vary from region to region. But I asked, did you like it? If you liked it, leave a like. And until next time.